First, there was the World Wide Web, and people found a level of connectedness and information sharing previously unmatched in human history. And like a successful Hollywood movie, there was a sequel. Web 2.0 appeared and has become a platform for 21st century teaching and learning. In this episode of Leading the Ed, we will examine how Web 2.0 tools can become valuable assets to educators, avoiding the fate of many poorly executed sequels, and instead matching or exceeding the success of the original. Welcome, learners, to this Leading the Ed vodcast. I am your host, Jim Mello. Today is Tuesday, March 12th, 2013, and I'm happy to be sharing with you today from the campus of the University of Hartford, located at the crossroads of Hartford, Bloomfield, and West Hartford, Connecticut. Higher education is in the midst of a substantial shift. This shift will take it from a focus on inputs to the measuring of outcomes. For too long, institutions of higher education and the public have assessed the quality of these institutions by looking at its inputs, such as grade point averages, standardized test scores, and class rank. The transition to measuring quality through learning outcomes requires a change of institutional focus. At the post-secondary level, the 21st century interdisciplinary themes are a necessary component of a baccalaureate and master's level education. The integration of these themes allows students to understand academic content at a high level while synthesizing material into solutions for today's employers. A constructivist approach to teaching and learning can provide the right balance and approach for today's classroom. In a constructivist approach, learners are encouraged to debate, discuss, investigate, and hypothesize. Learners are invited to rediscover historical perspectives and do so in dialogue with each other. There are advantages and disadvantages to constructivism. Let's take a look at the advantages. Content alone is insufficient. Constructivism breeds context for the content. The active learning focused in constructivism may lead to improved retention, understanding, and application of knowledge. Students engaged in discovery may be energized and led toward deeper understanding. We now must also consider the disadvantages to constructivism. The constructivistic approach may be time-consuming. The rediscovery inherent in constructivism may lead to reinforcement of outdated insights. Techniques may come across as manipulative, and the high cognitive demands of the approach may be beyond some learners' ability. So when designing instruction with a constructivist approach, there are a number of factors to consider. Some of these factors are the cognitive skills of the learners. How will the learners respond? Will they be energized or will they draw back? Since knowledge and understanding are highly social, what are the social dynamics in the class? Will the social dynamics in the class foster a safe environment for learning? As a teacher, am I aware of the different kinds of knowledge, whether they be inert, ritual, conceptually difficult, or foreign? And how will each challenge my learners? Do I have the time and ability to help each learner overcome those challenges? I also have to ask, how will I balance between a pragmatic constructivism and the ideological constructivism and maintain a focus on learners, their needs, and their needed outcomes? Students who are preparing themselves for the 21st century must be challenged to achieve the four competencies of creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. These competencies reveal the basics of team-based problem solving. The ability to identify solutions and communicate new approaches is the defining skill for students in the 21st century. The life and career skills needed in the 21st century are fundamentals to student ability to make meaningful and positive contributions to society. Students must be able to adapt to change with flexibility, initiative, and self-direction. Students in the 21st century will also interact with information, media, and technology in unprecedented ways. They will be challenged to effectively access, evaluate, use, manage, and apply information and technology. Institutions must be able to engage learners using Web 2.0 tools and the perspective required to develop the needed 21st century skills. Students who demonstrate leadership and responsibility will be the ones to guide and lead others. The same is true for teachers.
Web 2.0 tools are interactive, creative, and include a heavy element of social interaction. Tweeting, blogging, social media, and wikis are examples of how information sources have become interactive, allowing users the ability to influence the information presented and share this information in individualized ways. Web 2.0 tools are relatively low in cost and provide an ease of access to learning that is democratizing the global economy. While global competition has increased and businesses have responded swiftly, educational institutions have not always followed suit. Web 2.0 tools provide opportunities for constructive collaboration, and if isolation is the enemy of improvement, then collaboration is the gateway to progress. Web 2.0 tools offer a path to the integration of 21st century skills with traditional academic focus. Much like the progression of fossil fuel to steam engine to combustion engine to solar and clean energy, the adoption of Web 2.0 tools will open additional doors of opportunity to the teachers and learners bold enough to step through into the future. These tools provide a new forum for the development of critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. Educational institutions have a profound role to play in these developments. Wikis and blogs are examples of two different Web 2.0 tools that can be used to engage learners in a vibrant and dynamic learning environment. The utilization of wikis and blogs as mediums for learning has the potential to enhance the experience of today's digital natives. The skill of understanding can be developed through the use of wikis. A class can be given an article to read and asked to develop a wiki summary. The instructor can set a word count limit of 100 words, then 75 words, then 50 words, then 25 words, then 10 words, to ask the class to produce a clarifying and succinct summary that demonstrates an understanding of the salient points of the article. The comment feature of a wiki is one tool to build the skill of evaluating. Subgroups of the class can be assigned to compose wikis on a certain topic. Each member of the class will then read and comment on another subgroup's wiki. This activity challenges the students to evaluate and analyze the work of others while receiving the same feedback from others. While a typical vision of a wiki involves a written document, the skill of creating can be exampled in multiple wiki formats. The collaborative creation of multimedia projects demonstrate not only creative initiative, but the ability to apply knowledge, analyze conflicts, and evaluate alternatives. As a summative project, a collaborative multimedia wiki has great potential for student learning. The use of wikis in the classroom can provide a purposeful and engaging forum for student learning. This tool can lead students to higher order thinking skills and foster the type of collaboration and accountability necessary to deep learning. In addition to wikis, blogs provide many advantages in the development of thinking, analytical skills, and communication skills. The lower order thinking skill of remembering can be developed in a reflective blog assignment. Students can be asked to spend time each day journaling as a written act of remembrance. This journaling can focus on their personal reflections and recall related to course materials and their deepening understanding or challenge. The instructor can gain a quick understanding of students' comprehension and make appropriate prompts and follow-ups. In addition, the permanent record of the blog provides an avenue to display learning over time. Blogs provide an opportunity for students to display the skill of applying. A blog can allow students to take a base of knowledge and apply it to a new context. Asking students to contribute to a blog and base their input from the perspective of another culture is one example. This approach is a combination of role gameplay and traditional learning approaches. Such an activity challenges the students to take existing knowledge, make it public, and resist the urge to maintain it in isolation. The skill of analyzing involves the ability to compare and organize concepts. A blog assignment can develop this skill. Students can be asked to collaborate on an essay composed entirely of blog posts. The ability of individuals in the group to analyze and express the main points of the essay in a public and collaborative manner will challenge their skills.
The infusion of Web 2.0 tools and 21st century skills into the post-secondary student learning experience will require different structures, programs, and approaches. Colleges and universities must develop the same qualities of flexibility and adaptation that will be required of learners. In many ways, the 21st century skills needed by learners will need to be simultaneously adopted by the institutions that wish to prepare those learners for the future. A failure by the institution to maintain relevance will be damaging to their long-term stability. The ability of an institution to facilitate meaningful learning experiences for students will be enhanced through integration of 21st century skills with traditional discipline-specific content. This integration will serve the needs of students and preserve the relevance of higher education to the workforce needs of tomorrow. This integration will require the use of Web 2.0 tools.
There are several ways that an institution of higher education can increase the usage of Web 2.0 tools among its staff engaged in teaching and learning. 1. Offer engaged learning fellowships to faculty to develop the use of a particular Web 2.0 tool in their teaching. These fellowships could provide a paid stipend or a release from teaching in order for the fellow to devote time to learning a new technology and adapting it into their course. A requirement of accepting the fellowship would be that the faculty member participate in leading a teaching workshop for other faculty at the institution. The continual cycle of teaching and learning, teacher and student, must be reinforced and demonstrated through this process. 2. Faculty can be invited to pilot Web 2.0 tools in their courses. This pilot program can come with personalized support for integration and usage. Many faculty are hesitant to try new tools and techniques unless they have the proper support and freedom from the consequences of failure, i.e., if the students hate it and their teaching evaluations suffer. A successful pilot will recognize this fear and offer needed protections. 3. Adopt Web 2.0 tools for administrative purposes. A culture of teaching and learning can be reinforced by an administration that is willing to try new tools and improved ways of doing things. Administrative leaders should find meaningful ways to bring Web 2.0 tools into their projects, meetings, and training sessions so that all members of the institution know that teaching and learning is not limited to the formal classroom.
At an institution of higher education, all members of the community are responsible to create a culture of teaching and learning. The embedding of Web 2.0 tools into the daily routines of the institution, and not just the interaction between faculty and students, have the potential to transform the learning environment and its participants, moving the institution from one that is teacher-centered to one that is truly learner-centered. That transformation to a community of learners has benefits that start on campus, but extend into the lives and careers of all members. Thank you for being part of this vodcast. It's been my pleasure to bring it to you. From Leading the Ed, this is Jim Mello. Keep leading.